Okay guys, welcome back to another video with Risky, and today we're playing some Prison Architect. So, for those of you who don't remember, we left off where I was telling you guys that I needed to make some more money before I just went ahead and started building. So we're now on day 147, which is a lot, with $187,000 dollars. And I did this so that I didn't have to sit here and play this piddly game where we don't have money and we wait for money to come in and this, that, and another and create crappy content for you guys. So now we have all the money in the world to do a whole lot of things. So why do I keep on clicking concrete? I'm just weird. And now I'm going to increase the size of this place because that was kind of not big enough. Because now I think about it, how much did I add that by? 11. So when I think back on it, I was like, oh well, I have enough room for cells, offices, and then I started thinking about all the things that I needed. So I needed a reception, a yard, which I can do out here. It's actually really easy. I'm gonna start setting up a perimeter fence, and we're gonna do 28 meters out, and that is because I don't know. So for those of you who weren't here for the last one where I had a different thing, I lost it in the upgrade, and I'm gonna refer to it as the upgrade because I got a new computer. And yeah, I could have probably found the files on my other computer and transferred them over, but that would have taken me a lot longer than I really wanted to deal with. And I only have one worker. Why? And that was just too much. Not too much work to give you guys back what we lost, but I think something went wrong in. Actually, no, I don't think anything went wrong. I think when we last left off, we were letting prisoners in. But we should be letting prisoners in either this episode or the next. Just to allow for optimum... to make sure that we have enough rooms and stuff to allow for people to come in. So if you look down here at the panel, I have to have a reception, which is what this office was, but I think, if I remember correctly, that was just big enough, or too... Oh no, it was just big enough. So, oh, that's right, last time we were having a problem with receiving because I messed up, and I was wondering why nothing was coming in. So if you guys remember, things would just drive by. Well, I misdid something and didn't even pay attention, so I'm sure you guys saw it and were screaming at me. I changed delivery to garbage by accident, so it was trucks were like coming by and they were like, well, we don't have a place to put it, so we're just gonna not leave it there and not leave it for you anywhere, and we're just gonna keep on driving by. So I had to stop all processes to figure out why, and then shortly after I finished that video, I figured it out. Unfortunately, I didn't figure it out in time because I had to stop the video. Rotate. So now we are going to start putting things in some of these rooms to make them possible rooms. We need a table. I know that. We need a chair. And the orientation doesn't really matter so much for it to be practical. It's just I like to have and make sure that I have a practical looking prison or practical looking thing, because if it's not practical, then it's useless. And by useless, I mean not really that useless, because still gotta make sure it's usable. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set up a hallway, and this will be the conduit in which prisoners go to get to their cells. And I think we're just gonna go to there, and actually no, I wanted cells to be here-ish, sort of. We'll work out this little bit right there, and I think we might change this whole thing. And actually, was that 2? Yeah. We are going to. Actually, we need to demolish these walls. These walls. I know I just placed those. I'm kind of being repetitive and lame. I know I say a lot. I really need to So now I need to, unfortunately, now I need to dismantle my power station and my capacitor. And I need to move the power to there and there. Add us some of this. Because the reason why is because these capacitors allow the generator to store energy a little bit better and disperse it throughout the prison. That's actually like the best answer I can give to why I'm doing that, unfortunately, because like without knowing how capacitors work, it's kind of weird, but it makes the use of the generator more efficient. So now I can do things like have all of these lights going on one generator, or the 2 generators, because I'm eventually going to need a lot more power, because I'm going to expand this to probably this entire area. And so what this does is it allows them to reach and give power to more areas than would normally get power. That's what the wires would do. And then the capacitors allow me to power more things like light bulbs, or lights, I guess is what these are. And so yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Now what I want to do is we've got these at a wall here. Actually, no. That's right. I don't like to, or I needed to create a buffer. No, wait a minute. I don't actually, I usually have this planned out, but in this case I don't, and I'm not really liking it. Forgive me, I'm having a brain fart here. I'm gonna need doors. There and there. So now they can probably, I think they're gonna be able to finish this, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yeah, because they missed some spots. You could tell by the brown spots, and then now the spots that are lit up. I need offices, so let's get some of them made. Offices. We're just gonna go right there. Actually, yeah. So doing that. Now I'm gonna try and use this quick build feature more often, or enough to just get started. Eventually I'm going to have to make a lot larger areas, because the demand will be much more intense, because I'm going to have a lot of prisoners that need food and whatnot, and I'm going to need, there we go, that does that. Now let's grab some of these brick walls. I think the music that's playing is too low. I'm not sure. Can't quite tell. I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit. So you guys, I'm hoping somebody will tell me in the comments that it's too loud, too quiet, whatever it may be, and hopefully I can rectify it in my next videos, because I don't know how much after the fact I'm going to be able to do. So what I'm doing now is I'm making a holding cell usable. Holding cell. That's just a cell, holding cell. And that is so that I have a place for them to go if I don't have enough things, because it brought in too many. We're actually starting to run out of money again, so I need to start building basic cells. And this is going to be done by... I actually don't know where I want to put them. I like to have them on like a straight wall, but it looks like I have to put them in this corner here, but they're too close to the generator, and I don't want them to have a shot at doing that. So I know I need to close this off some and put a staff only door. Let's do there. And then we will put, I'm hoping this area pans out properly and I don't get this odd shape of cells. So, wish me the luck. It actually doesn't pan out properly. That's actually really aggravating. Not really so much aggravating, it's just kind of awkward, because now I have to... I think I know what I'm going to do, though. Demolish walls. Demolish those. Put in this. Do that. And I'm just going to make the cantina, or dining area, just bigger. I'm actually going to use a quick build method called clone. And, that is so I can clone this table and bench, just to see if I can get it to fit, and it won't, so that's actually helpful. Now I've got offices. I don't know if anybody sees this, but this actually is what I was trying to avoid down here, is going too far over, and that's exactly what I did, and now it looks bad and awful, and now I need to rectify it by getting the bulldoze. And we're just gonna trash all of this, unfortunately. It actually pains me to do something like that, because now it's really a waste of money. Quick build office. Let's try and get this done properly. That should be proper. Now, cells, basic cells, rotate, give a 2-block hallway. And I think that's gonna be visitation, and then that's gonna be actually, no. Okay, so now I'm just getting the finer details done on like where cells are gonna go, how hallways are gonna be, and going in and demolishing walls, creating a visitation. And visitation's kind of weird because it's got to be perfect. not really perfect, but it's got to be like situated to where it doesn't look weird. And I think if I do objects, visitor booth, there we go. Rotate. So don't they usually have like these somewhere, and then some sort of door system to block off the real visiting from... I wouldn't say real visiting, the one that, like, the conjugal visiting area, and then they have like the normal visiting area for those who don't or didn't earn themselves a good spot in the conjugal visiting area. So there's this. Grab a couple of damn, and I think all I have to do is declare that it is a visitation. Okay, so now I've done that, I have to declare this is a yard. That is the yard. So now I have a yard. And now all I have to do is have 2 guards, 2 cooks, and a shower. I think that's going to go right here. But now I know I've gone for about 16 minutes now, and I'm going to call it quits for now, because I'm running kind of short on funds. I could probably do most everything, but I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to drop a like if you liked it, and a dislike if you didn't. And if your feelings are a little bit more complicated than that, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and I'll address it personally, maybe. Actually, I will. 100%. For right now, I'm going to be addressing comments personally, and until the next time, I will see you guys. I won't see you. Well, I probably will see you guys. Until next time, stay frosty.